or any Docker failure issues, or like artifact related issues, and Jenkins basically we are handling, and both actually we have deployed on EKS. So other thing I had worked on, like Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, and AWS services like EC2, VPC, IAM, Route 53, and that's about myself actually.
Okay. Okay, understood, Sunil. So, Sunil, let's start with in Kubernetes. So, do you have an idea to Kubernetes deployment?
Deployment I know.
Okay, so suppose I need to deploy the Kubernetes environment. So, in terms of the port, networking port level of prerequisites, just let me know the sum of the network level of prerequisites.
So network level we should have like kube proxy in correspondence to EKS, or like
for Kubernetes cluster deployment. Suppose that you had in 100 of servers. On top of 100 servers, you need to create the Kubernetes environment, correct? So what is your prerequisites in terms of networking port level of prerequisites you are looking?
Okay, so we should have kube proxy over there, so which is going to handle like assigning pod IPs and
So kube proxy will come into the picture once your Kubernetes environment will deploy, correct? After deployment, kube proxy will come into the picture. But before of this, when you are going to deploy the Kubernetes environment, there is some networking prerequisite should be there, correct? Like this port should be open. There is a multiple port, networking port is required, TCP UDP port is required, should be open at the Linux level, correct? So, do you have an idea?
No, this level of
no worry. Let's moving. Sorry, I forgot to enable my camera. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's moving into some other things. Do you have an understanding about upstream cluster and downstream clusters?
No, actually.
No idea. Okay. So, okay. And in terms of, let's say your Kubernetes environment has been deployed, so we need to start to deploy the application. So application deployments, we had two options, like two or multiple options, I can say. So what is a major difference between a stateful set and deployment set?
So deployment actually, so the major difference in stateful set and deployment, like stateful set provides us a uniqueness, like a pod which we are deploying. So it will like we can select what name we have to use for pod, and if any pod restarted again, then it will like use the it will create a same name of the particular pod.
Let's consider that the first point, that with the help of a stateful set, we get the same, I can say, unique name of the pods. I agree that one. Any other differences?
Any other differences? Yeah, stateful set actually. So when we create a stateful set, it will create a headless services rather than like deployment cluster IP. So
headless services. Okay. Any other? Okay, let's moving into the another questions. Do you know about node affinity and anti-affinity?
Yes, node affinity, anti-affinity means like we want a particular pod goes to a particular node.
Okay. And what is an anti-affinity?
Anti-affinity.
And how we can implement the affinity in a Kubernetes environment?
So affinity we can use labels, and we can add a label on a particular node, like
Or label, where we can implement the label at the node level or at the pod level?
so both actually. So first we need to add a label on a node, and then whatever
But
pod.
uh, but 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 sorry for the interruption. But how we can add the label at the node levels? Means if you want to be at the levels, you required some of the YAML files for a specific one. Correct?
Yeah, yes.
So how we can? That is my question. So how we can implement a node level? Uh, I'm not much sure about this. How we can add it?
So if previously we have created a node, then by using hyphen hyphen label we can add labels according
You are saying with the help of the command
command
we
line.
are command line. So suppose that understand my question. Suppose your worker node is working fine, okay, and I want to be add the affinity, and you are saying we can add with the help of label. So what command we need to be execute to add the labels over the worker node?
So we can use kubectl labels node and node name, and whatever labels we want, like in key value pairs, like
So label hyphen label is equal to, so what attribute I need to use for affinity?
I missed, I
You have
think.
not done it. No, no worry, no worry. Not an issue. I understood it. No one can do everything. I understood. Not an issue. But I need to be understand about the way to of the work. How you can do it. I know that if you go to the system, I can say with the help of Google you can do it. I agree that. But I need to be understand the mindset. How you can deal the situations. Understood?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody, no one has an idea about each and every command. Understood? But understand to deal the situation. What is the way to that guy is dealing with the situation? How they react over the situations? Okay. Okay. Let's moving into, suppose you had a planned activity. Okay. You need to be reboot a worker node. Okay. In that situation, how you thinking during the planned activity, how you reboot your system? They are around suppose 20 or 25 pods are working on it.
Okay.
So in that situation, how you reboot your container?
If those are part of,
Sorry.
if a pod are part of a replica
Mm-hmm.
set, or any deployment, so in that case I think we don't need to think like those will like gone or
So you
somewhere, then
so you
we
will
otherwise.
directly reboot the machines.
Yeah, one option is there. If we can directly reboot, otherwise one thing we can do, like first we need to cordon that particular node, then
Cordon is okay. Cordon, with the help of that cordon, their
sorry,
new pod will not be scheduled.
cordon, I used a different word. There is one more,
Drain.
drain. Sorry, yeah. First we need to drain the node, then easily once the pod deployed to other nodes, then we can easily reboot that particular node.
Okay, understood. Understood. Okay, and Kubernetes. Okay, do you have an idea about Harbor registry or any of the registry? Means Harbor registry, local registry, where you can pull the image and push the images.
So in my current project, we are using JFrog Artifactory,
JFrog
and
Artifactory.
previously I had worked on ECR also, but
Okay. So do you know that how we can update the SSL certificates of registry certificates to the worker node?
SSL certificate, I don't have idea, but we have Jenkins, multiple Jenkins. So in Kubernetes, I have some idea. First we need to.
Understood. Let's moving into some DevOps tools. So you told me that you worked on Terraform, correct?
Yeah.
So in a Terraform, what is the difference between Terraform plan and Terraform execute?
Execute or apply, I think.
You can. It's a different word I'm using. So no, not an issue. Multiple guys are using apply. Some of using are different words. They had options. So you can create the alias and you can do it. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So plan actually.
Yeah, it's a depend on that one. Someone is as per their convenience they are using. So most of guys are using apply. Yes, correct.
So plan actually basically show us what Terraform going to change on our environment. It will show us if we add one more EC2 instance, like one more worker node, and it will show us I'm going to add one particular node, and apply just do the changes on
implement it. Yeah, that's okay. But in a plan, can we see the difference between if suppose we had done some error, I can say manually I generated some errors. Suppose I'm creating one more EC2 instance. Okay. Initially it was in my code it was mentioned 2 EC2 instance. Now I've increased 2 to 3 values. Okay. And randomly there was some typos there. So during the plan it will show the error, or it will just show that information what exactly it is.
It will show manual error whatever in code. Actually it's first validate and then it will show us what is going to do.
Okay, understood. So in a Terraform, do you have an idea about there is one file terraform.tfstate.backup?
Yeah, so backup file basically what it is same as tf state file, but it's take a backup actually for tf state file. Once if we missed our tf state file, then we can easily recover using this backup file actually.
But when you have execute Terraform apply or Terraform plan, it will be immediately, correct?
It will, sorry?
It will take one n-1 backup, correct? Are you sure that it is taking n-1? Suppose what is your current environment? It doesn't mean it is current environment is associated with your stateful file, correct? TF state file, and a backup file will take a backup of the previous one stage, correct? So now in your current environment, I had modification. I had deleted one EC2 instance, okay, and apply the Terraform plan and Terraform apply, okay. So your new EC2 instance will be deleted, correct? One instance will be deleted, correct? So with the help of backup file, can we regenerate this one? Hope you will get my question.
Yeah, so I don't think so then. So we can use import command in this case, Terraform import, if we want to recover our TF state file.
Terraform import command, okay. TF state Terraform, okay. And what is the Terraform variable.auto.tfs? What is the use of that file?
So in that file we can define a variable actually. Like we don't want to make our code like more lines, and so yeah, we can define variable over there.
What is the difference to define in a variables in a different separate file? So we can add into the same TF files main.tf.
Yeah, we can add like so in variable. So what the purpose is like we don't want to increase main dot file code, and so because it's best practice is to define variable in different
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm
different file,
asking you.
and
Yeah, it is in
so
use because you can use that variables in a multiple calling.
yeah.
Suppose you want to use the same variables to one TF files and another TF files as well. You want the same variables to different. Suppose you are creating a three TF files for three, I can say
Environment.
environment, or I can say provider. You had an GCP, AWS, and Azure, and you
Hmm.
want to be call that three all common variables to all that, you can call it. Okay,
And we can
let's moving.
overwrite as well if like we define some variable in df state variable file, and we can overwrite by using a command line like -var.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Well, that's override is different things. Okay, let's move into the CI/CD pipelines. In a CI/CD
So
pipelines,
regarding this variable, are you got my correct answer, or is this any?
yeah, no, that's correct. It's not. I'm just elaborate on the more thing. What we can use it. Okay, so
Mm.
you are a little bit you know that it isn't mandatory to define. It's a good options to define separate variable files, but you don't have any sufficient answer. So I'm just elaborate it. That's it. Nothing is okay. It's what your answer was correct. It's not there. Okay. Let's moving, Sushil, to another thing. What is in terms of CI/CD pipelines? Frankly, how in a one day, how many times you are using in CI/CD pipelines?
So CI/CD we are not using a daily basis. So we already created a pipeline, and we just run our pipeline to create like in current project we are using for create Jenkins and upgrade Jenkins. Yeah,
No,
mostly.
but Jenkins is a tool with the help of that you are executing your pipeline. That's okay. But my question is your pipeline is related to your Linux environment or Kubernetes environment, or what exactly you are trying to achieve with the help of your pipeline?
So by using pipeline, actually, we have a EKS cluster, and we are just deploying a new Jenkins on our Kubernetes cluster by using pipeline, or
New Jenkins.
yeah, new Jenkins, and like we have a older version Jenkins, and by using pipeline we can upgrade on to the latest version. So mostly
Oh,
this type of work we are
when,
doing by
when,
using pipeline.
but why we are using multiple Jenkins? Why?